Hello and welcome to another edition of Ask Cheeky. I'm Isaiah Hankel with Cheeky Scientist, and today we got a great question from Christina Williamson. Christina said, "Hello Cheeky, I've been networking now for over 2 months and applying all of the methods that I've read from your blog articles, including creating a networking strategy and going to at least one live event per week. I have exchanged contact information with people at these events, both PhDs and non-PhDs, but I have yet to get any referrals. What am I doing wrong?" This is a great question, Christina. We have a lot of PhDs, a lot of people who come into our association, and they've been networking either online or offline, going to live events such as yourself, building rapport with people, exchanging contact information, but not getting any referrals, and they wonder what's the disconnect, why they're not getting these referrals. And the most important thing here is to realize that it's on you to follow up with the people that you connect with at these events, right? The connecting occurs at the live events, but the real networking occurs after the event through the follow-up process. And you're the one who wants the job, so really it's on you to follow up. And there's correct ways to do this and incorrect ways to do this. A lot of PhDs have a problem with it because they feel like they're bothering somebody else, or they're being annoying, or they're being salesy. But this isn't the case. In industry, you're expected to network. You're expected to follow up. So industry professionals, they enjoy this process. They understand it. It's not the same as academia. So when you meet somebody at a networking event, and you brought up the networking strategy, we like to suggest, creating a simple goal of, when you go to a live networking event, getting the contact information from 3 people. Just 3 people. Get their contact information, and then you want to follow up with them within 24 hours. Because remember, at that point, you haven't networked yet. The networking starts when you follow up that first time. So you want to reach out within 24 hours. You can mention something you talked about at the event. You're not going to ask them for anything, right? You don't say, "I really need a job." You build a rapport. You invest in the relationship, and then from there you could follow up every week, every 2 weeks, depending on the response that you get. And the goal is to add value over and over again a few times, at least 3, 4, 5 times, so that you can lower the activation energy of asking for a referral. Because again, it's on you to ask for that referral. Nobody's just going to meet you at a networking event and say, "Hey, I have the perfect job for you." Or they're not going to take time out of their day to be thinking about you and trying to find you a job. Really, you need to add value to them first. And as you add value, as you build the relationship up, it's much easier to follow up with them and say, "Hey, I just saw a job opening at your company. I think I'd be a great fit for it. Is it okay with you if I use your name as a reference in the cover letter? Or do you happen to know who the hiring manager is? Because I'd really like to send them my resume directly." Okay, so if you're networking, you're not getting referrals, make sure that you are following up. Realize that networking happens during the follow-up process, not at the event itself. And remember, the goal is to add value, to lower that activation energy for the ask, so that you have a relationship established and it doesn't come off as selfish or out of nowhere for you to ask for that referral. So until next time, as always, remember your value as a PhD and start thinking and acting like a successful industry professional.